Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you about 7 secrets about 7 random crystals. Now, it's been a minute since I made a crystal video because all my crystal videos are out there and I will reteach them soon, but when I reteach them they'll have the same knowledge with a little bit more because there are always secrets unlocking about different crystals. But it's pretty straightforward. The knowledge on crystals doesn't change. The crystals, their vibration evolves with time. Over the course of the evolution of Earth, the crystal's vibration goes upwards and certain crystals are able to do new things. There are some very gifted people out here. Shout out to Philip. He is a very gifted person who's able to unlock certain secrets about certain crystals, and it's wonderful to have people like that on this planet because, especially in this day and age, people are just finding out general properties about the crystals and they're not really taking it further. For an example, an example is a crystal such as lepidolite. It's people just think it does one thing. It actually has it's literally encoded. It's like literally encoded with just so much information that you can't really wrap your mind around it unless you meditate with it daily. Yeah, that's something that's really cool about crystals. And I'm going to talk about the first secret, and I may have shared these in other videos, but I'm going to reshare them again. So the first crystal I'm going to start off with is Tiger Eye. What is so interesting, and I'm actually going to say more than 7 crystals because it's hard to not share certain things about certain crystals. Tiger Eye is pretty cool. Most people just think, oh, it's Tiger Eye, but it has powers over like every chakra in the body. It literally has the golden ray in it. If you're not sure what that is, it's the power to open your crown chakra all the way to the root chakra. So this crystal literally can do resonates with every single chakra. It opens psychic abilities. Tiger Eye literally, it blasts open blockages. It helps you really ground. It's fearsome in its protective abilities. It literally sends negative energy back in a very fast way. Just as quick as the Tiger Eye flashes is as quick as it sends it back. It's a crystal. I was gonna only go. How can I only share one secret per crystal? Okay, let's just talk about a few secrets with Tiger Eye. Tiger Eye, it will literally have you catching people taking pictures of you. Like if you're in public and you're accidentally in someone's photo, you'll have the weirdest intuition. You'll just do like a 360 and you'll look directly at whoever's taking the photo. And I've seen some pictures of myself online in Starbucks and stuff like that where this person took a photo and I'm looking back directly into the camera smiling because I'm smiling anyway, but I'm just looking back and I look at the person's face and they're horrified. I'm like, it's okay, you can take a picture of me, I don't mind. I'm smiling regardless. But yeah, Tiger Eye it's gonna have you having the intuition that, and even when people are recording you, not even just a picture, like when people have their phones up, you'll catch cameras. You'll find cameras in the most random of places when you have Tiger Eye on. It's literally the crystal that helps you spot cameras. Like if you're in an Airbnb and you're trying to brush your teeth and you notice the mirror is actually like a double mirror, like the Tiger Eye will give you the ability to see cameras. It's completely wild. You'll close your mind. You'll close your mind. You'll close your eyes and you'll see in your mind's eye wherever the camera is, and you're like, hey, there's a camera there. Ha! Aha! Or like you'll just be in public and you like just kind of look up and you'll look directly at a camera as to like a store. Like you'll just kind of randomly catch camera. That's really cool about Tiger Eye. And I do believe this goes hand in hand with Tiger Eye, so I'm going to share this in this video as well. But Tiger Eye has powers of invisibility. People are like, crazy Stone Man, he thinks invisibility exists. Yeah, it does. It really does exist. In the 3D, people are so caught up with the 3D world that they close their mind off to anything outside the 3D world. The real joke is on people who don't expand their minds. In the end, they're only joking with themselves, and it's really sad. So this is why I try to open people's minds. Because, yeah, invisibility exists. We're talking about spiritual invisibility. So if you whisper to your guardian angel or whisper to your Tiger Eye, you can do both. Because you're programming the stone and you're asking your angels for help. Say, please make me invisible from this person. You're going to be full-fledged invisible. That person will not recognize you when they see you. Sometimes they won't even be able to look at you. They'll look completely through you. So like if this is the hand, like they'll see on the other side of the hand and it won't resonate. It won't click in their brains. They're just like, there's something in our brain that literally has, it's like you see something, you recognize, oh hey, versus the person will see you. That thought process is not there. Like it's just not there. It's the craziest thing. but it works. So you put that into, Tiger Eye will help you cloak your aura. If you ever see the Tiger Eye and the way it shimmers, it goes, just shimmers. That's pretty cool about Tiger Eye. It's good for invisibility, and especially as the Stone Man. I really don't mind when people take pictures of me in public. I'm okay with it. I'm open to it. It doesn't bother me at all. I actually like being in people's pictures. People ask to take pictures with me. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take a picture with you. People are randomly taking pictures of me. Like, people like smile. I'm like, hey. And I'm just that kind of person. It doesn't bother me, but I like when people like, hey, so I can at least get ready and wave, versus it's a picture of me from behind that I'm seeing it on someone's Snapchat. I'm like, oh, okay, I could at least smiled. I'm like, yeah. You can get a better picture. You can at least get a better view of my necklaces from the front. Like, you seeing my neck as a differently. Oh, that's a part of my vocabulary, because I've been watching, I think her name is Tamara on TikTok. It's a different thing. You'll look at the back of my neck, and it's just a thick layer of beads on my gateway chakra. But yeah. Now, the next crystal, because I need some time to talk about Tiger's Eye, is amethyst. This one's very simple. So, this secret it's very subjective. Basically, because I've seen people defile this secret and basically overpass the energies of the amethyst. So, when you wear amethyst to a bar or a club, you will have the most sober mind among anyone you're around. Now, that's as long as the amethyst is charged, because I've seen people do shots, shots, and they're wearing amethyst, and the amethyst looks sad. Their amethyst is like it looks like it's about to cry because it's been overwhelmed. But usually their amethyst breaks in the club because it's fully overwhelmed. But even in the Catholic Church, and several different churches, the priests in general would put amethyst in the cup, because if you would like to be a spirit, this is a really cool point. If you would like to be a spiritual person and to enjoy a glass of wine, a glass of alcohol, but you don't want the unholy effects of the alcohol, you put a piece of amethyst in it. What does it mean to have the unholy effects of alcohol? Certain people, when they drink alcohol, they'll have bad thoughts, they'll start feeling depressed and anxious from entities, energies, basically getting into their energy field and doing some kind of manipulation to get in. For a lot of people who are opening their spiritual gifts of clairaudience, their spiritual gifts of clairvoyance, it's really annoying, because you'll be at a bar or club, and you'll have, if you're not protected at a bar or club, you're spiritually open, you're kind of done for. That's the easiest way to put it. There's no sugarcoating that. If these entities are looking for someone to come home with anyway, and then they notice you're spiritually gifted, you have a new friend, but that's not your friend, and it's going to be vacuuming your energy, and it's going to be driving you crazy, and you're going to have bad images, and etc. But you take amethyst, and you should put it in the cup. It makes an elixir, or has an elixir effect. So you'll don't put amethyst in your shot and drink shots and think it's okay, because I've seen people do that. People are like, it's amethyst, it's going to get rid of the unholy effects, and they're like, and at the end of the night, they're just like if the amethyst didn't work, I'm like, no, you overwhelmed it. You surpassed its energies. You work with the energies of the amethyst, everything in moderation, and you'll be fine. So that's a secret about amethyst. Don't overwhelm your amethyst, because I've seen that so many times. Yeah, it'll help you have a sober mind, and don't become the babysitter when you're out with friends. Don't have them get slammed. As spiritual people ask, can I go to a bar or club? I'm like, yes, you can. Just make sure you're protected. Simple as that. Take black tourmaline and amethyst to the bar or club. You might notice everyone else gets a lot tipsier faster than you do. It's not a bad thing, because there's not as many energies being leached onto you, or entities being able to do anything around you. So the next crystal is lapis lazuli. A lot of people don't know this. This is the crystal of Saint Michael the Archangel. This literally, it'll have you being able to full-fledged work with him. Let me say this right now. You can work with him anyway. You don't need this crystal to work with Saint Michael the Archangel. But he's on an extremely high frequency. He's on a very high level, and he's one of those angels who's more subtle. But people are like, he's the most powerful. You can see him in the background over here. He's the most powerful angel of all of them. Isn't he going to be super dramatic? No. No, not at all. Saint Michael the Archangel has to be one of the most subtle angels, in the fact that he will require you to do what you're supposed to do on your own, and then he'll help you. People get it mixed up. They'll work with Saint Michael the Archangel and be like, I'm just gonna have Saint Michael do it. I'm gonna go in public and beef with someone, and then ask Saint Michael to get rid of this person. And when they don't get rid of the person, when he doesn't get rid of the person, he's like, "Whoa, Saint Michael, I didn't want to help me." Actually, he is helping you, but the thing is, he requires you to do your part and your effort first, because he won't do everything for you. Once you have done everything in your behalf to protect yourself, to wise decision make, to just discern, do everything in your power to be the closest to God, because you have to be close to God to work with Saint Michael the Archangel. He's one of those angels, when you talk to him, he'll be like, did you ask God first? Like, you're asking me for help, but did you consult with God first? That's the kind of angel Saint Michael the Archangel is. For people who are out here working with Saint Michael the Archangel and demons, that doesn't work. It's trying to mix oil and water, and that doesn't work. You're talking to something that's pretending to be him. I don't know what people don't get about that. These entities are very convincing. There are mirror laws in the 5th dimension that basically have other entities showing themselves as however they want to perceive themselves as to you. And people believe it. Like, people in different spiritual communities, in the occult, etc., will see something that looks like this in the background, and they'll be like, "Hi, Saint Michael the Archangel," and they'll be in the astral realm, or they'll be viewing him in their third eye, and they just come across something pretending to be him, and they fully convince you because you just believed it. You believe that Saint Michael the Archangel is talking to you, is gossiping to you. Like, does that make sense? No, he's very strict. He's very loving. He can be funny sometimes, but he's gonna have you doing your part. He's very I don't want to say parent-like, but if you do wrong and you have Saint Michael the Archangel around you, it takes a few tries to run him off, because if you run him off, that means you're voluntarily choosing bad, which he doesn't want to be there punishing you, because it's kind of like a punish. It's like, it's not punishing through the cut, I'm going to punish you, haha. It's kind of like, you're doing wrong, I'm going to make sure you do right, don't do this again, or I'm gone. Like, you're by yourself, and you want to see how it is to be by yourself, so he's very strict. Now, and some people are like, he's kind of scary now. He's like a strict parent. He's like, do your part, do right. You'll have a very obvious choice when you have Saint Michael the Archangel. I don't make other videos about how to work with Saint Michael the Archangel, because he's an amazing angel. He's an absolutely amazing angel, and he's the strongest, but people need to know more about what he actually is. And back to the Lapis Lazuli. Lapis Lazuli truly helps you connect with him. Like, if you take Lapis Lazuli as a necklace and you just hold on to it like this. I have Lapis Lazuli with Kyanite, and you take both hand chakras, you call upon Saint Michael the Archangel, and you just grab upon the Lapis Lazuli necklace, and you just focus on him being in front of you. He's omnipresent, and his dimensional laws are different, so he can be on 3 sides of you. Just visualize him in front of you, and chances are, if he has a heavy connection with you, or you have a heavy connection with him, you'll start vibrating. Don't over-expect it, like, I'm going to vibrate when I work with St. Michael the Archangel. It's just energy. He's very intense in energy, but he's there to help you, and the better you're doing, the more you're doing to move closer to God, the more he'll be around you. So for people who want to work with angels, acknowledge God first. Work with God first. Ask God for help first. And then you can ask your angels, okay? Acknowledge God as the Most High. Now, with clear quartz. This is a really simple one. And some of the angels that I talk to, I've never really understood this. Like, I've never really understood this, because I'll be talking to angels, like, just specific angels, and I'll be like, okay, what's your favorite crystal? And they'll be like, clear quartz. I'm like, no, really. Tell me your favorite crystal, because a lot of angels that are higher ranked angels that I have talked to about clear quartz, they're like, clear quartz. I'm like, what? No, really. What is really your favorite crystal? Clear quartz. And even one of my guardians, his favorite crystal is clear quartz. I'm like, why? And he's like, well, you figure it out. And this is actually one of the reasons. It's the crystal that can do absolutely everything. What? Yeah. Clear quartz has the power to do absolutely anything. And this is a secret I debated sharing. Although, for people who try to do bad with crystals, you can't do bad with crystals. The crystals actually, on your behalf, send your own negative energy back to you when you try to do bad with them. And it just fries you like an egg in a pan. So don't try to do bad with crystals, because you might be able to do something for a little bit, and then it just fully goes back to you so hard, you're like, what happened? Oh my god, please help me. And then you're actually a good person, because the energy that you have sent out hits you so hard that it cancels you out. So people trying to do bad with crystals, I would recommend you don't do that. Now, for my beautiful people of light on my channel, clear quartz. And let's talk about the energy of intention for a second. Clear quartz is used in technology, it's used in satellites, it's used in phones, it's used in so many different things that we don't even realize it's used in. For someone who can truly concentrate the light of your intention into clear quartz, you'll have clear quartz being a crystal that has not been introduced to this realm, this planet, this dimension, just anything yet. You can if you can concentrate your intention, because people are not concentrated about their intentions. People are all over the place with their intentions. I've seen people like, what's your intention? People say, I would like to manifest $100. The next day, I would like to manifest my ex. The next day, I would like to manifest a job. I'm like, you stick to one intention. Like, just, geez, you're hopping around like a bunny and you wonder why you can't accomplish any of your specific intentions. It's because you're all over the place. Chill out. I don't mean to be mean when I say that to people. I'm like, chill out. Hold one focus. When you shoot an arrow, do you shoot 3? Not unless you're Legolas, but hopefully I said his name right. Legolas? From Lord of the Rings. Unless you can shoot 3 arrows and you're really good at it because you've been around for a few hundred years, focus on one arrow. Now, let's just say your intention is to manifest $100. Take a piece of clear quartz as a bracelet. You can put it as a necklace in your hand before you wear it and just focus your energy so heavily on it that this clear quartz represents $100 coming to me. You do that consistently, that's now $100 clear quartz. Not the necklace. That's not a $100 necklace of clear quartz, because I've seen people use glass clear quartz. And actually, most people sell, this is really sad, most people sell glass as clear quartz and get away with it. People sell amethyst and citrine as glass. Some really reputable, I've actually caught some really reputable crystal stores selling glass, and I'll talk about that in future videos, because it's crystal stores that have actually sold authentic crystals for about 5, 6, 7 years, and now they just started selling glass, and they have so many people following and trusting them to the point where they wouldn't question them. God sees everything, let's just say that. You can't hide from God. Okay, now, clear quartz, you can put any intention to it. It's literally, same thing with water. I've taught about water before. You write the words, write the words, $100, $100 on a glass of water, and you drink it. Now $100 is coming to you. Same thing with clear quartz. The next crystal is jade. I'm going to be brief about this one. It keeps you young. It keeps you happy. It keeps you joyous. It keeps good things coming to you. It's literally an anti-aging crystal. They have jade facial rollers for a reason. The Chinese use jade for a reason. Those emperors didn't age for a reason. That's all I'm gonna say. That secret is, I'm not gonna stick on that secret because it's for those who hear it or can perceive it as knowledge to them. Let's give you a secret about jade. That's gonna be the quickest one. The next one, red jasper. When you wear red jasper, a secret about red jasper, it punishes people who have negative energy that is going to you just by you wearing it. So most likely when you wear red jasper in public and people look at you, their ears are going to start ringing. They're going to start feeling really hot. They're going to feel the urge to run away. Why is that? It's because, remember how like in Hispanic cultures they have a red string around the wrist? Same thing with red jasper, but it's a crystal and it's putting off serious amounts of energies. It can literally make, I don't know if I should say this. It has enough energy to make someone who's really negative trying to get closer to you fall to the ground. But don't use that to abuse it. It's literally so punishing and so beating against negative energy. It'll just have people going like this. And I've seen it in public. I've seen it when I've had red jasper under my shirt as a belt, and I've showed people the belt, and people are just like, and I'm like, oh, great. But red jasper's energies is very underestimated, and it literally beats against negative energy. It's spiritually vibrant. It puts off such like a light that, let's just say someone who is super dark with like the most malicious energy has nothing but light shined upon them, they're gonna be blind. They're gonna be like, ah! Same thing with red jasper. That's for people who have worn a red jasper necklace from me in public, you know what I mean. It's intense. It's a little freaky because sometimes it'll ring your ears too because it's blinding them so much to the point where you're getting some kind of like you're if you're depending on your level of empathy, or not empathy, depending on your level of connection with the person, you're gonna feel what they're feeling, and it's like, oh my god, what's going on with this? What's happening? Like, what's doing this? It's like, are my angels protecting me? Yeah, they are. Especially Raguel in the back. He's a good protector angel. He likes Red Jasper too. He's a cool angel to work with. He's very funny, and he likes to play around. Angels are playful, specifically Raguel, because he has to do a lot with helping people in relations and relationships and moving families closer together, and he's just really fun. Like, he'll be at my window, like, just kind of tapping and like, hey, it's that time of night. I'm like, oh, cool, video time. And like, people are like, what's the sound on your window? I'm like, oh, that's just one of my angels. But Raguel's awesome. You guys should, you can talk to Raguel. He's easy to talk to. He likes working with humans. A lot of people don't even work with Raguel. He's very at your back, especially if you're someone who needs justice. Wear Red Jasper and talk to Raguel, because it's going to happen. The next crystal, the secret about Moldavite. And I actually talked with my guardian angel before this video, and I'm like, okay, is it okay to be teaching? He's like, yeah. Just make sure you tell him that it's a powerful crystal too. But the secret about Moldavite is it's not as powerful as people make it out to be. It is powerful, though. What does this mean? Like, how is this knowledge going to be able to help you? Now, for people who... let me say this right off the bat. Moldavite should always be gifted, or it's not going to be that powerful. If you get Moldavite by yourself, it's not going to do much. It's going to do something on a vibration level, because it's still Moldavite, if you get real Moldavite, but if you get Moldavite for yourself, especially because it resonates with the heart chakra, it has to be gifted, so the person's heart center energies handing it to you or giving it to you as a gift or mailing it to you, it's that person's heart center energies, that person's gifting of the Moldavite, and you touching it, opening it, the package, and receiving it, or just picking the Moldavite out of the person's hand, or them, you get it, like, you receive the Moldavite from them. That is like a double activation. It takes two people to activate Moldavite. The person giving it and the person receiving it. So the person who receives the Moldavite from someone who has had it gifted to them, that's when Moldavite's activated. That's when it's going to do something. Now, let me talk about this. I remember when I didn't, because a while ago, I didn't fully believe that, and I didn't really understand that, what it meant, because it was just kind of like, oh, it has to be gifted. I'm like, I don't know what that means. People say every crystal has to be gifted sometimes. No, just Moldavite. With Moldavite, I bought myself a giant piece of Moldavite, and it was a good amount for a small. I mean, just it was a small enough chunk for a gemstone, because a gemstone this size for it to be, let's just say Moldavite, real Moldavite's pricier than other gemstones that is like this big. I know I got the real Moldavite because it came from a very direct source. The thing about the Moldavite is it got warm in my hands, I felt kind of loopy, and then it just faded off. I'm like, okay, what's this Moldavite doing for me now? And I'm very, very open-minded, but I don't fall for hype. So online when people say, oh, it's going to knock you over, I'm like, okay, let me see how I feel. Let me see how I feel when I hold a Moldavite. I'm not going to have other people's expectations tainting any kind of crystal energies for me. A lot of people will get fake Moldavite and have such an expectation on the Moldavite. And they'll get the Moldavite and they'll just be like, ah! And I'm like, it's resin. They're like, what? That's plastic. Like, you got $5 Moldavite and it wasn't even... That's a whole story on its own. I'll make a video about that one day, but let Moldavite be gifted to you. So Moldavite's not the most powerful crystal, although it does... A secret about it is it's not the most powerful crystal. It's not as powerful as people think. It can be super powerful. When it's gifted to you, and for certain people who get necklaces from me, I do give Moldavite to them if my angels suggest it. Certain people I would like to give Moldavite to, but it could be more ungrounding than helpful to someone if you gift it to them at the wrong time. It can have your angels doing other things. Let's just say that. That's a secret about Moldavite. It can literally have your angels pulling orbs from the angelic realm. It's the craziest thing. You guys have seen orbs, right? I've never really fully asked them about it, but they can pull some serious orbs down. like just balls of like just energetic light that are huge. Like you've seen like little orbs, like angels or angels playing with energy moving across my camera as I do the videos. Sometimes, because angels, they can make themselves bigger or smaller. But I have to study more into that, because like Archangel Raphael, when I was using Moldavite, there was just a gigantic orb around him, and it was just hovering over the Moldavite, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, this doesn't really make sense. It doesn't, like, okay, cool. Like, what am I supposed to do with this information? How is it supposed to help me? I don't really know. It's just, that's one of the cool things, that I can pull just pure energy from the angelic realm, because it's such a bridge crystal. It's such a bridge tool that it can do that. I believe what they do from the angelic realm with the orbs is to give us downloads and update our frequency, upload us, add more to our protections on a vibrational level, etc. But Moldavite should not always be born. That's another secret. I've actually had my angels hide my Moldavite several times. So many times to the point where I stopped wearing it, because I used to wear the Moldavite right here, if you guys remember. Another secret about Moldavite: when you wear Moldavite, everyone around you is pretty much wearing it as well. It's a good and a bad thing. It can really propel your entire household into a spiritual evolution. It can be a good thing or a bad thing. Everyone will be fighting, or everyone will be getting along and moving up. Don't ever wear Moldavite. You can in traffic or when you're driving. Just be very careful, because it's ungrounding people around you. It's a little bit too much for certain people in traffic, especially when they're coming home from work or when they're going to work. It's very ungrounding. Like, everyone else is going to feel it. But that's 7 crystals about 7 secrets. I just read my notes backwards. And 7 crystals about... And 7 secrets about 7 crystals. I'm going to stick to 7 for now. I'll do more videos like this in the future, because I'm like... I've taught the general information about crystals, and if you don't already know, I teach advanced spirituality on my YouTube channel. These are some extremely advanced topics that you're not finding anywhere else. In my spiritual journey, I'm finding stuff that's not even able to be accessed online, and it's super interesting, but when I go to teach the simpler stuff, I'm like, okay, yes, amethyst is good for balance, it's good for the mind, it's good for the emotions, amethyst is good. I mean, I'm not going to say it's boring, because I never get bored of teaching crystals. I am going to say that I'm not going to be overly redundant with certain crystal information unless new crystal information comes along with it. I love teaching about crystals, especially to newer people. And teaching very simple information actually helps me relate to people who are newer to crystals more. I never get bored of teaching crystals, although it's really nice to teach crystal secrets, because it lets you guys know what's actually out there. If someone, and most people are very brief with crystals, they're like, oh yeah, amethyst, I'll wear it for one day and never wear it again. Another secret about secrets. Another secret about crystals, because this makes 8, but this is not about a specific crystal. The longer you wear your crystals, especially as necklaces, and crystals are by far the most powerful at unlocking your gifts ever when you wear them as necklaces. They cover the yin, the yang, this is a gateway chakra. This is basically, and you'll see this in different cultures, religions, etc. The behind your back is actually where certain beings enter. This could be for, it could be deities, etc. But this is a very important chakra. It's a higher chakra, it's a gateway chakra, etc. That's usually when in certain traditions where the spirits come down is from the back. It's usually because that's the gateway chakra. Same thing when necklaces go on top of that. It's a lot more powerful. So I say on TikTok, because I'm not always specific, get a necklace of black tourmaline, and people will get a little Amazon necklace, a necklace from Amazon, like little, if it's real tourmaline, because sometimes it's charcoal, but they'll take the Amazon necklace and they'll put it right here, and they're like, it's not doing all that much. I'm like, because it's not touching your gateway chakra, it's not touching your throat chakra, it's not touching your heart chakra, but etc. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. I know this is a longer video, but until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!